What is going on, cup bangers? Today's May the 2nd, 2016. I'm Alejandro, and let's talk about cars. You go, hit it, Pedro. In today's episode of Let's Talk About Cars, we're going back to one of my favorite subjects lately, which is Tesla, baby, and specifically the Model X. But this time is different. This time, this is my Model X, my very own Model X delivered by Tesla, which you probably already saw in that video where we're testing the air filtering system. We're doing pretty well here.
We are doing well.
So, yeah, this is the one, baby. This right here is a Model X P90D. Why? Because you guys know I need the D. Wait, it's the P90D. It's fully loaded. I mean, I try to get every option that I really cared for, which in this car actually matters. For other cars, if I'm getting all the options, nah. But this one I did. So number one, let's talk about a little bit of the specs because we already did a video on this, and I'm sorry that I'm being a little redundant, but now I know the car. Now I know this properly, so now I can explain it better. This car is a full electric car, all-wheel drive, 2 battery motors, one for the front wheels, one for the back, which means that's what makes it all-wheel drive. 200 some horsepower in the front, 500 some horsepower in the back. I'm not giving you the exact amount because it doesn't matter. You cannot combine those horsepower amounts and say, oh, it has 700 and something. You know how I know that? Because all of you yelled at me for that. So, yeah, noted. Thank you so much, guys, for letting me know. So you cannot combine the power. But what does that give you instead of an easy amount of power to figure out as we know it today is an acceleration from 0 to 60 in 3.7 seconds. And if you get the ludicrous mode in your car as an option, it'll do it in 3.2 seconds, which of course this car has it. And I wanted to talk to you guys about a little bit of the specs. I wanted to tell you a little bit of what I got in the car. I wanted to show you what my favorite features in the car are, and also see what you guys think about electric cars. But we wouldn't be able to do this in just this way driving the car. It feels so primitive. So I'm going to go ahead and put the car in autopilot and let it do all the work while I focus on you guys and what I'm saying. This is like better than having a conversation with my wife right now. I'm kidding, baby. So you saw how easy it was, first of all, to put it in autopilot, right? That's option number one. Autopilot comes in this car for a hefty amount of $2,500. If you don't realize that I'm being sarcastic, that's that's that. $2,500 will get you an automatic pilot that will drive you around in a pretty safe way. It's actually very trustable. It's not bad at all. I thought I was going to be more scared while the car drove itself, but no, I'm not. Apparently this works really, really well. Not apparently, this works really goddamn well. I had my wife drive it on the way back from a wedding the other night, and she was freaking the fuck out, which I can totally see how. But the guys, the boys at Tesla are doing a fantastic job with these things because it's very well calibrated. It knows the car is moving. I don't know how much you can tell here, but it's doing all the braking, all the everything. And all I had to do was just pull on that plank twice. Boop, boop. Done, homie. So obviously the outside paint would be another one. I got Midnight Silver, which is a sort of gray, darker gray. That's $1,000. That's not that bad. I got the black 22s on, son. Why? Because Bentleys and 22s and your shoes, that all rhymes, so it only made sense for me to get the 22s on black. No, design-wise, I love the black turbine wheels that these guys have, so why not add it to the package? Obviously, the black leather seats, I got those. Why black? Because I love burning my ass whenever I sit in the car after it sits on the sun for a long time. No, I got the black seats because I have dogs and I'm a messy type of guy. So yeah, I don't want to get the white ones dirty, even though they look exquisite, by the way. Also, I got the 6-seater one. I didn't get the 7-seat. The reason why is it gives you more space inside of the car. It makes things way easier for me because I don't have that many people that I want to sit in the car. I pretty much actually just drive between me and my wife. So, Alejandro, why didn't you get a regular one? I don't care for that. I like the space in here. It's a new thing. I don't have any cars like this, so that's why. But eliminating that 7th row allows for better visibility for me on the back, better access on the back without moving the seats. So why the hell not? Why get 7 instead of 6 when you don't need the 7? A carbon fiber interior. You cannot buy a car without putting some carbon fiber in it, right? So we got the carbon fiber option here, and it looks great. It's a matte finish on the carbon. It looks great. You're never going to say, oh, wow, Pagani didn't do the carbon in this thing, or McLaren. It looks tasty. It looks tasty. How about that? So those are my favorite options that I got within the car. On a side note, a lot of people after seeing that video that we hotboxed the car were saying the headliner was going to absorb all the smell and he was going to stay here. Homie, that shit's clean. The next day after we did that, I took my wife to a wedding and I got her in the car, and halfway through it I go, babe, by the way, does it smell like weed? And she goes, oh, no, it doesn't. What you do? I didn't do anything. The air filtering system in this thing is so potent and so amazing. So, Jesus Christ, kudos, Tesla. Well done, as advertised. Honestly, the fuck is this guy doing? That's why I can't drive anymore. I need to let this thing drive me. Now, let's start by my favorite options. So, number one, the key. It's nothing amazing to look at, but all the functionality that comes with the key, I'm a big fan of. You cannot see the buttons in the key. That's another thing. They're all flushed out. They look incredible, but you have a button for pretty much anything. Everything in this car is electric. You can open them from the panel or from the key. And the only thing that's not fully electric is the frunk. Yes, the front trunk, because there's no engine, baby. The frunk is the only thing that you have to do manually, but you can open it definitely from the key. It'll give you that little boop up, which is all you need. The fact that it drives itself, how can you not love this? By the way, I realize that whenever I'm driving myself and I'm in the city and there's traffic, or even on the freeway and there's traffic and I'm trying to pass cars and I'm thinking about all these things, I get more angry at people like coming into traffic, driving slow, whatever. When the thing drives you itself, you don't even have to worry or bother about that. It's so relaxing in a weird way that it shouldn't be. By the way, I'm going to take control right now. Oh, that's all you need to do. Grab the steering wheel, put your foot on the brake. You're set, baby. You're set. And then use that crazy acceleration for it. Oh, son, not even used it. My third favorite feature would be the doors. Yes, of course the Falcon doors are a must. No question about it. And that's the gimmick that got me to pay attention to the car, right? But that's not it. What I'm talking about is how every single door is electric. Whenever you walk towards the car, the door opens. Whenever you sit, put your foot on the brake, the door closes. Whenever you walk out of the car, you open the trunk. You can do it from a button here. You can open and close every single one with on your dash. So the moment you get out of the car, you click your button, door opens, and you walk out. Yesterday I was at a restaurant. I left the car. I parked it. There was a group of people in front of me, and I was walking against it, right? So I walked this way, and as I'm walking there, I feel like there's an explosion behind me about to go off because the door is about to close itself, and it's going to be cool, and people are going to be impressed. And probably no one gave a shit, but I thought it was the coolest thing ever when the door closed and then the alarm went on without me doing anything. No, I don't know. I am a very simple guy to please, I guess. My next favorite feature is my most favorite feature in this car, and that is the fact that you can name your car. Yeah, don't be fooled by the stupidity of it. Yes, you go into the Tesla little logo and the car asks you what you're going to name it. That's not it, really. What Tesla's doing is something greater. They're building an experience. They're building you, in a way, some sort of companion, some sort of a friend here with the car. What do I mean by that? I mean, imagine in 2-3 years when the car can go and drive itself completely, right? So when the car is able to drive itself completely, by the way, the name of my car is Model XXX. Why? Because it's a little dirty and I kind of have to do it. So imagine in 3 years, say little Johnny is at the airport and Johnny's like, hey, Alejandro, can you come pick me up? But I'm too lazy to go get Johnny. And also Johnny seems like a piece of shit, so I'm not going to go and waste my time picking you up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and tell XXX to go get Johnny at the airport. And I'm going to call Johnny and say, hey, by the way, XXX is going to go pick you up at the airport. So whenever you see it, make sure you get in the car and she'll bring you back in. How amazing is that? On top of that, you can create profiles here. So in your regular car, you have memory seats, right? With your memory seats, you program your seat and that's to your liking. With this car, you get in the car and you create a profile. Your profile is gonna memorize your sitting position. It's gonna memorize your mirrors. It's gonna start learning how you drive. It's gonna start learning about the AC. It's gonna start learning what temperatures you're enjoying the most. It's gonna start suggesting music and all that stuff because they have some really complex software in here that works pretty damn well on that. So the car knows who you are. But the moment, say your wife, your friend, whoever gets in here, creates a profile, the car is going to take on that personality to feed the air, to feed the everything else into the car. Air, music, sitting position, mirrors, whenever you're driving it in Autopilot, all that stuff is just going to be specifically for that person. This is going to be our first robot that we'll be able to talk to and fall in love with in a weird, random way. So That's why I like the fact that you can name it so much, because I can see where this is going, and I love the future, which is now. Acceleration would be my next one, and yeah, this is really nice. That, by the way, got us almost to 60. That's pretty fucking insane. And yeah, that's my official face of accelerating. So every time I accelerate, just know for a fact that I will be making that face from now on and for the rest of my life. But it's not only the fact that you can accelerate like that from 0 to 60. It's the fact that you have instant torque. That makes the car safer. If you want to pass someone, if you're in the middle of something on a freeway and your only move would be straight ahead and to the right or left hard, the car can handle it better than any other car because it's fully electric. So it's safer at the same time. And obviously I love the power being at your disposal 24/7 whenever you want to step on that pedal. Yes. This one's really stupid, but all of the USB ports that are installed in the car. So I have a deck right here where I can plug in my iPhone, and on the back there's like 2 or 3 more. For pretty much everyone that's sitting in the car, they can charge their phone. People might see this and say, well, that's really stupid, Alejandro, but then maybe you should sit with some girls on a road trip with your wife's friends, and you'll understand why everyone needs their own USB port to charge their phone, homie. Yes, that's key. Everything Tesla is doing is just to better your experience a little bit, which altogether makes an amazing package, and this is one of those. Another favorite feature here in the car for me is the app. That's right, you can download an app and it'll allow you to do certain things to your car, like summoning it. That means whenever you summon your car, you can be outside of your garage, inside of your house, and say, summon the car and move it outside of it. The car will open any gates if it knows that it's locked up in a gate. You'll program it, of course, and it'll drive out. That is just the beginning of like, hey, Triple X, can you please come out for me? Ready? Oh, shit. Shit's about to happen, son. Shit's about to happen. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh. How's the 918? How's the 918? Is that clear on the 918? Check the 918, son. Are we clear on the 918? What's the... Okay. Woo. I think we're going to clear it. Ow. Wow. Fuck. Soon you're going to be able to talk through the app and tell the car what to do, because the voice recognition in this thing is to die for. I actually use it every time I plug in an address, and for this thing to understand everything I'm saying, you guys know the power of this thing. You guys know how good this is. And last but not least, I love the fact that it's just electric. I love that it's changing the world. I love that it's pushing forward technology. I honestly was driving this for a full day, and then the day later I got in my 918. And as much as it hurts to say this, the 918 kind of feels like a prototype for this thing. It really does. This is the biggest props I can give this car. It feels like that's something they made 10 years ago before they were able to find out that this would work. It's crazy. It's crazy how great Tesla is. And everyone that's bashing on the electric car, listen, you don't have to buy one. You don't have to substitute your car with it. No one is shoving it in your face. What I'm saying is go drive one. Go understand how amazing the technology is. Do I miss the sound, the rattling, the everything, the mechanical noise that all the cars, Gordon, make? Of course I do. But it's because I grew up with it. In a way, I'm looking at it, and listen, I'm one of those guys that likes the latest, greatest gadget that exists. And this is that in the car. This is the greatest A to B car that will ever exist for anyone. Something that will make you feel safer that your family is driving in because of all the technology that it has. Even when someone's coming at you, the car knows. I mean, it's got sensors all around. It's not just a step forward. It's a leap. Like, it's a light years leap in this thing that they did. And everything works so fucking damn well. I wish I had more, like, anything else to say. I love the car. I love the people. By the way, it's worth mentioning 100% how amazing Tesla's doing with their dealership system. They don't have any dealerships. Everything you do goes through a website, Tesla.com. You open your account, spec out your car, you put your money, you want to lease, you want to do whatever. It eliminates all the hassle and the intimidating factor of going to a dealership. Why? Because you don't have to put up with anyone's shit. You don't have to listen to the guy that's going to make some commission. You're literally buying the car directly from them, telling them what you need, applying for the financing, paying it cash, whatever you want through the website. And through every single step of the process, there's a specialist there helping you. So when you're speccing your car, there's someone that will help you there. When you're done speccing and ready to move on to the next stage, there's someone there. There's a delivery specialist. And everyone makes you feel a part of a big family. And I understand why. I mean, who wouldn't want to be a part of this? This is the greatest car ever made. It really is. And guys, I'm not saying the greatest 918 ever made, the greatest sports car ever made. As a whole, what it represents, and I'm not saying this one probably, I'm probably saying every Tesla. Holy shit. So what do you guys think? Let me know what your thoughts are on Tesla, on electric cars. Do you think hybrids are the way to go? Electric cars are the way to go? You want to keep petrol cars? What do you think is next? What is your favorite and why? I'm dying to hear your thoughts. Please let me know in the comments down below. I cannot wait to share more with you guys. Have a good one and take it easy. Peace! That was weird.